So welcome again, everyone, to our webinar on sales in Germany. And thank you for joining us today. My name is Jessica Solbömer, and I'm the consultant for international affairs at the Chamber of Industry and Commerce at Mittleres Ruhrgebiet. It's located in Bochum. And I'm very pleased to welcome Birger Nispel, CEO of Airmed Plus and expert in sales.
Thank you.
So, welcome to you. He will provide us with useful insights, strategies for navigating in the German market today. So whether you are looking to expand your business into Germany or aiming to enhance your existing operations, this webinar aims to equip you with the knowledge and tools necessary for success. So thank you for being here, and we hope you find the session informative and engaging. But first of all, I would like to give you some information about the Start.up tour. With our Start.up tour, we introduce you to one of the most dynamic and attractive business location in Germany, North Rhine-Westphalia. And in addition to that, we want to prepare you for a successful engagement here in our region. Therefore, we offer you an exciting webinar program with 10 different topics over the next few weeks. Our webinar today is the 5th one, so there are many more topics to come. The Startup Germany tour is organized by the Chambers of Industry and Commerce in North Rhine-Westphalia, with a special commitment of the chambers in the Ruhr area and Düsseldorf. And the tour is supported by some important partners like the Ministry of Economic Affairs, Industry, Climate Action and Energy of the state of North Rhine-Westphalia, and RW Global Business, NRW Bank and Ernst & Young. So as chambers in North Rhine-Westphalia, we are your central point of contact for many topics. So we offer individual consultants, whether you're looking to navigate to complexities of customs formalities, seeking guidance on funding and financing your businesses, or aiming to connect with a global network of experts. The chambers in North Rhine-Westphalia are here to support your journey. So for your information, the Q&A chat is open. So if you have any questions, please write it down in the chat, and we will answer after the presentation from Birger the questions. So enjoy, and thank you, Birger. It's your turn now, and the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Jessica, for this kind introduction.
Thank you.
Thank you much. Okay. Just a hint to my colleague at the Technik. Die Folie sehe ich da nicht ganz. Wenn man den etwas größer machen könnte oder den, genau, perfekt. Yeah, so welcome to this webinar, Sales in Germany, how to do marketing that attracts customers in Germany. And I think we do not need to talk about that sales is the most important issue in a business life, because sales means earning money. Without money, nothing is possible. You cannot invest, you cannot hire persons, you cannot pay yourself. So sales is the most important thing. Let me introduce myself. I live in Bochum, NRW, Germany. I'm a medical engineer, biomedical engineer. I'm also a patent holder, and I'm the CEO of Airmed Plus, which is a manufacturer of anti-bed sore systems. That is a medical device. I'm also the director of the Birger Nispel International Academy, which is an academy who helps foreign companies to enter into the German market. And I'm also in contact with Japan since 2014, for instance, since the MOU between NRW and Fukushima Prefecture has become active. I work as a coordinator for JETRO, which is the Japan External Trade Organization, and I'm a lead auditor for ISO 13485 2016. For those of you who are familiar with the medical devices, they know that this is the Bible, let's say the main document for medical devices. I'm also a member of the IHK General Assembly Mittleres Ruhrgebiet, and I'm coaching currently 18 companies who enter into the market. This is why I should have earned the right in the past to talk to you now about how to enter the German market. Okay, let's start. It is good for you that you understand why Germany and especially NRW is a must to enter. So first of all, Germany is considered as a hub for high-tech and for quality products and for high standard living. And I'm more than sure that you as an entrepreneur, as a startup, have definitely a beautiful idea to improve the world. So Germany is definitely interested in you, and Germany is definitely asking for improvements. High purchasing power in Germany. So in Germany, we have a lot of money. We are very rich, but becoming rich does not consist only of getting money, it's also of holding money, and very critical. I come to that a little bit later. We are very sensitive for quality promises and we need trust. So Germans are very skeptical and you need to earn trust first. But we focus on quality promises. Our mentality is direct, open, honest, and to the point. So this maybe is seen from foreigners as a little bit too direct or too objective or too offensive, whatever, but the Germans like to be direct. I will explain you in a couple of minutes later what is behind that. We have high spots of density and population in Europe, so 82, 83 million inhabitants in total, and we have very high spots of density like here in the Ruhrgebiet, Ruhr area where I'm currently is. So the distance between each customer is very close or can be very close. You can reach a lot of people in a minimum of time. Mentality, I just repeated, it's critical, but also capable for development and historically experienced in transformation. So if we can do something, then we can have a transformation between some different status from the past to the current state or in the future. I have a bad news for you and I have a good news for you. Let me do the decision for you. I tell you the bad news first. Most of the companies in Germany, NRW, have already a supplier. I think this is not surprising, but I also have a good news for you. And this is, although the market is saturated, there's still a possibility and solution how to become a new supplier. Competition is good for those who use a good working marketing strategy made for Germany. So I like competition because competition shows that there is a market. And if there are global players acting at the market, then you know you are right. But to enter the market, there are special skills necessary. And this is what I want to talk about today. Let us check how do the Germans tick. Therefore, we need to set up the German glasses and to look like a German. So let me give you a short insight into the typical habits of German people. So when we pull out our shirt and you see there's a German, then he or she could behave like as follows. At first, Germans are diligent and they are definitely not lazy. Germans are focused on the problem and not on the solution. This is important to understand. At first, we have a problem, then we make a lot of discussion and meetings, and we analyze a lot. We have a lot of facts and figures to use, and then we solve the problem. So if you can solve a problem with your product, it is necessary that you have facts and figures as well as emotions. So please be prepared always to have facts and figures. We are looking for details. And details is, you look at the spyglass, details, maybe there are no details, but we are looking for details. And that means you should also consider some details. Furthermore, the Germans are sorting and they are unfortunately indexing from the first second. When you talk to a German, he will get definitely an impression. And this impression will be made in the first seconds. That means you don't have the chance for a second chance, the chance for a second try. We love mathematics and we love reliability. And the reliability, difficult to pronounce, must be measured. So if you have something which you can measure, then it's good for the German decision maker to understand. Fear management. Maybe you believe or not, but it is true that the Germans have fear. And the Germans have fear about making the wrong decision. I'll come to that a little bit later. Order, regulation, documentation, this is typically for German. So when you enter the market, please be prepared for all the documentation, regulation you will be asked from your future customer about these regulations and documentation. So everything which is not extremely permitted seems to be forbidden. That is a German mentality. That means we have a lot of rules and regulation and we are very critical if something is not clear. Organizational talent, efficiency, discipline, punctuality and cleanliness. These are all habits from the German and Germans which the Germans very like to see also from their future supplier. Yeah, and when we have paper clips, that's just a sign. The Germans like to order and they like to sort one by one very accurately, just for your information. But also Germans like to be coziness and they like to be drinking beer in a beer hall and to have some meat, or in the middle the lady is thinking about the global dream of something, and this is also allowed for a German. But maybe you expect that the Germans are very interested into money, and this is not typically. The Germans are not focused on money in that way like the US maybe. They are focused on self-centrance. They want to be seen. They want to be, they are looking for acknowledgement, something like this, but not typically for money. So please take that into consideration when you approach a German decision maker. Yeah, that is the picture shows, this picture shows what I was talking about. If the German is in the center, then he likes to feel good, then he's okay, then he has earned acknowledgement, and this is what he's striving for. Germans like to be efficient, they love themselves, and they sometimes see them as the king. It's a little bit jokey now, but yeah, sometimes this is comes true because Germans think they need to be served as a king. They focus on quality, on efficiency, and for sure they want to bring the cost down, but I think this is not really only focused on German people, but this is also, you see this also in other countries of the world. Germans have a high education standard, and they ask for a high education standard. So when you're offering products, please also offer trainings and services. They want to be frequently updated with the newest knowledge about your product and your service. This could be a game changer in approaching to a customer. The school system in Germany is very good, and the knowledge base is also very good, so you need to mess up with a high standard of knowledge. Germans like the mainstream. They don't want to focus out, or they don't want to stand out of the crowd. So they are not really the people who like to be on stage or in the center. So this is also a German habit. They like to be in the mainstream and not to have the shiny light on them. Perfectionism is theoretical goal. Every German knows that perfectionism is something which could never be reached. But the Germans could have invented the perfectionism, and the Germans strive for perfectionism. But again, they know that it is not possible. But if you approach to a German decision maker, please always take into consideration that you also strive for perfectionism, because then you have a community. Yeah? Okay, this is, I think, the most important slide to explain how a German ticks. The German indeed wants some sweet laugh, and the German thinks that he gets the sweet laugh when he is open to you, when he speaks frankly to you, when he is criticizing you. Why? Let me explain you why. Because he thinks he can improve you or your product by being honest and frankly. And therefore, he wants to get some sweet laugh, and he wants to get a thank you from your side. And a furthermore reason is, I told you about fear management. The Germans have fear to make the wrong decision. You need to give the German decision maker the feeling that the decision is correct and right. And the German, he's protecting himself against a false decision or false information. That is why they ask so a lot of things. That is why they ask so directly. And this has only one reason. He wants to protect himself. He wants to be protected to make a wrong decision. If you take something out of this seminar, only one thing, then this is the most important information. I show you no practical things how you can achieve this goal to enter the German market. Main reasons why German partners are passive and hard to approach. Let's do a short summary. Skepticism. Germans do not know you. So for sure you are new to the market, they do not know you. What shall the German people, decision maker, think about you? And if they know you, they don't trust you. Because why shall a German decision maker trust you? You are new. Yeah? So you need to prove that you are a trustful person and company. Germans think, oh God, one more company only want to sell something to me. Yeah, they are they are critics, and they criticize a new approach. All Germans have already a supplier. Why should they change? I will give you some answer on that. Number 5, your approach is not powerful and energetic enough. Germans think you do not really, and this is not typo, I just repeat that word for 3 times, really want to get in contact with them. I give you an example later on, but this is absolutely important that you try more than one time. German partners simply do not understand what you do. So that is a 3-second rule of a website. You can do the test very easily. So take a look at your website, and someone else who is not familiar with you needs to detect what you do within 3 seconds. If the German does not do it, does not detect and doesn't understand what you do, then you need to optimize your website. And in the ideal case, you also have a German website, not an English website. Why a German website? Because only a few companies have a German website who want to enter the German market. If you have a German website, you are different. How important it is to be different, let's take a look at the next slides. Also, the reason number 5 that you really want it, if you have a German website, this is a statement that you really want it. Number 7, Germans expect German language website. That is what I told you before. And number 8, Germans have fear to make a wrong decision. That's why they use direct communication and ask for lots of details. This is what I told you some minutes before. Good news, all reasons can be solved. I will tell you how. But let's do a small experiment. I will show you some pictures now. Please note whatever you think is worth to be noted. I will ask you some questions after showing the pictures. So please take your pencil or your cell phone, whatever. Only 3 pictures, very easy. You only need to write something down, whatever you like. And I will ask you questions after that, okay? Picture number 1. Picture number 2. Picture number 3. Okay, here are my questions. How many yellow pencils do you have seen? Second question. How many green eggs have you seen? And number 3, how many white eggs have you seen? I'm more than sure nearly 100% of you have noted a black pencil, a red apple, and a golden egg. And this is correct. This is what I would have noted also. No one is interested into the mass. When you are in the mass, you will not get visible. You are not visible and you do not catch the attention of the German decision maker. You need to be the black pencil, the red apple, or the golden egg. Okay, but what do I see when I look into the foreign companies who enter into the German market? Just an example. We have the best quality. We have the best service quality. Quality comes first in our company. We have the best quality, or quality is our second name. And this is the mass. I have never heard someone who said, oh, we have a very bad quality and we are very expensive. I didn't hear that for years, but I always see this for years, that everybody is presenting himself in a mass way. And when you want to get visible, you need to be different. You need to be the black pencil, the red apple, or the golden egg. What customers don't trust and what do they trust? So 98% of the companies do water can marketing. That means they offer a wide range of product. We can this, we can that, we have their solution and their solution. And in the hope that here a customer will get for product number 1 and they find a customer for product number 2, and they will find a customer for product number 3 and 4. But what does it mean? This means you are not specialized. And if you are not specialized, the German do not trust you because you lost your expert status. So forget about this and focus to focus marketing. Just one solution for one target group. When you achieve this target group, you can spread out and add more things. But you start with pinpointing. Let me give you this example. You need to talk about that, what the customer is interested to hear. Here's a story from Lisa and Peter. You can imagine Peter fall in love with for Lisa, but they are not a couple. So Peter need to approach to Lisa. Yeah? And Lisa maybe said, no, I have a boyfriend, or I have already a supplier. Have you ever heard you have already a supplier? Yeah. So Peter thinks about how to approach Lisa. But what Peter does not know is, he does not know how to start. What Peter does not know is that Lisa is a vegetarian. Peter does not know. Now Peter's coming on and talking about steaks. I love steaks, medium, bloody, whatever, this strip line, tomahawk, whatever. Yeah? And Lisa said, wow, it's not interesting to me. I'm a vegetarian. Why are you talking? Yeah? And I see a lot of companies who are doing like that. They are talking first what they have in the hope that it's relevant and attractive to the approached customer. And that's the wrong way. The right way is to ask and to give the questions and to find out what is the German decision maker looking for? There must be a need, there must be a wish. And you need to find out this wish and this demand. And then you need to talk in the customer's language. I do not mean German language, I mean the vocabulary. Okay, Lisa and Peter, you can forget about this story. They will not be a couple when they talk not the same language. Which doctor do you use or choose for a cross-ligament rupture, ACL rupture in your knee? Do you choose a doctor for all orthopedic issues, or do you go to an expert? Doctor who only accepts knee patient. So for me, the decision is clear. I go to the specialist. And Germans like to go to specialist. Again, remember what I said before. If you have a wide offer, then you will not be seen as an expert. If you shrink your offer and focus to one solution, which is relevant to the customer, you are the expert. Then you earn trust. Sharp knife and clear positioning is necessary for that. For sure, if you have only one solution, then you need to focus on this customer group who has exactly this problem. I give you here a very simple formula. I colored it a little bit, and let me explain why. So the formula is I, we. Now you enter what you do. Then in blue color, for whom you do it, who is your target audience. To achieve, that's the normal expression in this formula. And then yellow is a variable expression, the goal of your target audience. That means you need to define what you do. I think you know what you do. But then you need to find out for whom you are doing this. And I'm more than sure this is not very clear for everybody. You need to be very precise who is your target audience. And also, the goal of your target audience must be found out by you. This is a high quality research that you have to do in advance. So again, let me take some water. Okay. I, we, what you do, for whom you do, to achieve goals of your target audience. If you would like to ask me, Birger, show us an example, how would you solve this problem? How would you fill in this formula? I would say this. Yeah? I help foreign companies who want to enter into the German market and maybe failed till now to set up a well-working acquisition system, which is finding tailored German partners for them automatically forever. So the red one is what I do. I help to set up a well-working acquisition system. The blue one is for whom? Foreign companies who want to enter into the German market and maybe failed till now. And the yellow one is the goal of my target audience. I know the goal of my target audience because they want to find partners. Yeah? And I say tailored. I say automatically. I say forever. This system, this is the content of my coaching program. Okay, let's continue. There are only two reasons why do humans, not only Germans, humans, move or act. This is either avoid pain or to create joy and happiness. Only these two things. But below joy and below avoiding pain, there are a lot of subcategories, and you need to find out what is the subcategory you need to serve. It is not a secret that avoiding pain in Germany is more powerful. Why? I told you, Germans have fear to make a wrong decision. This is more easy, but it depends on your product. You can also create joy, yeah? But you need to find the right trigger. Go to reach this goal anytime. Become the first in the head of the customer with a specific clear positioning, which describes the solution of your customer's problem. The first in the head. I'll give you some examples. When you are living in Germany and you think about fast food, number one is McDonald's. Something like this. You need to be the first in the head of the customer. That's like similar to the Google search page. You need to be on top. But when the customer only have you in mind, then there will be one question obsolete. And the question which will be obsolete is, who are the competitors? Because you are first in the head of the customer. Okay, I also told you that it is a USP is not attractive in that way than it should be, or it was in the past. It's a little bit provoking, yes, I know. But let me tell you what is my theory behind it. A USP can be your success killer. Let me ask you two questions. One question, what is more important? Is it more important to be better than your competitor? Or is it more important to fulfill customer demands and wishes? If only one person says, better as your competitor, we need to go into a private negotiation. Because it is always more important that you fulfill the customer demands and wishes. And when you focus on a competitor, and the competitor is wrong, then you follow a wrong person. Your navigation system shows you a wrong way. So, if you talk about problems and solutions for your customer group, then you will be always relevant. If you copy and improve items of your competitors or features of your competitors, you might be wrong because you do not know if they are right. You have maybe you have a USP, like maybe you produce glasses and cups and you have a USP because you have a hole in the bottom. Then you have a USP, but it's useless. 3 facts. The one is, if your USP is useless to the customer, a USP makes no sense. I think everybody can agree. Number 2, how do you know that the competitor is doing everything in the right way? If the competitor is wrong, you are orientated towards the competitor. Then you are copying the mistakes one by one. And number 3, if you focus on the customer's needs instead, you can never be irrelevant to them. The question of competitors is no longer interesting. That's why a USP only makes sense when it fulfills the customer demand. So please be very careful to orientate and to focus on competitors. Why being the first? Yeah, why being the first in the head of the customer? Let me give you a little bit example. Everybody knows Apollo 11. So under the circumstances that they really were on the moon, then there was a man stepping for the first time on the moon. Who was it? It was Neil Armstrong. Maybe a lot of people know that. Who was the second one who put the step on the moon? The second was Buzz Aldrin. But you know, there were 3 people. The third man was waiting in the orbit to pick up Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. And who was it? What's the name of him? A lot of people do not know. Waiting in the orbit was Michael Collins. So everybody remembers Neil Armstrong and maybe Buzz Aldrin, but Michael Collins, the eyes will be very thin to remember. But ladies and gentlemen, this was Apollo 11. What about Apollo 12? They also were on the moon. Do you remember their names? Charles Pete Conrad Jr., Richard Francis Jordan, and Alan LaVerna Bean. I bet only 10% maybe know that. And this is why you need to be the first in the head of the customer. talk in the words of your German customers, this will select the right customers because you are creating communities and similarities. And when you think about with whom you have a friendship, then you know that you have a lot of similarities. And you understand you very well because you have a common understanding. So when you talk in the words of the customer, then you will be accepted. There was an old Indian saying that say, I need to walk in the shoes of someone to understand him. And that's nearly the same meaning. So please always check what they are using for vocabulary. Just an example for a German landing page. Unfortunately, now this is German. For those of you who do not speak German, this is a landing page we made for a Japanese company. And you see very quickly, oh, it is a drill, and the drill has the chance to be used in 30 degrees angle. So this is a first impression. Now, if you have something to do with drills and 30 degrees, you know that is not possible in the past. So this is definitely new. And now you're curious and you want to know more. You see the Compamet sign that was a trade fair sign for Compamet November last year to meet there. And now we addressed to the target group. The target group is are dealers, distributors. So the first question is, wie würde ein neuer innovativer chirurgischer Bohrer? I stop reading German. In English is, how can you make money with that device as a company? In short terms. Not correctly translated, but the meaning. So we addressed the trigger. You are a company, you want to earn money, and you want to have something new. And this was very successful. That was only the upper page, and you can imagine so 5 or 6 times below we have a lot of information, but this is written in the words of the customer. Very successful, very innovative, and very efficient. To get this information, what are customers talking about? You need to do a deep research. And this research takes weeks and months. And frankly speaking, it never ends because it's a dynamic system. This is an extra mile you need to go. This is incredible, horrifying. It does not make fun. And it is absolutely necessary. If you missed out this to do this research for the correct wording, for the interest, for the problems of your customer, then everything behind that is useless. It's like a chain, and this is the first part of the chain. The whole chain needs to be stable and shall not break, because when it breaks, there will be no sales at the end. And you have different parts. And one of the most important part is to do this analyze. Who is your correct target group? How are they talking? What are they talking about? What is their need? What is their wishes? What is their transformation? What do they think about when they think about a new supplier? What do they think about when they think about a new product? Go this extra mile. It's never be crowded, I promise. Only a few companies go this extra mile, especially these companies which are in my coaching. For sure they do this extra mile. And I want to give you a practical hint how to approach to a German customer now. I will give you some wordings now. So this is an approved example of my sales script. Situation is you are totally new and the customer does not know you and you are not familiar with him. So you meet now for the first time. Yeah? Okay, let's go. I have a question, but only if it is okay for you. And I know you are limited in time, so I come directly to the point. Is that okay for you? Germans, general, have no time. For sure, there's a rumor, because everybody on the world has the same time. But the Germans say, I don't want to listen to you. I have different things to do, whatever. Yeah, you are not relevant. So you do one thing here, you do objection handling, because you know he cannot say, I have no time, because you say, I know you have no time. That is why I come directly to the point. And Germans laugh that they come to the point. Now, is it okay for you? You collect a yes. Customer says yes. Step number 2. I do not want to waste your time and my time. So we both need to see that it makes sense in details. Therefore, in how far is, and now you add your benefit number 1. Finding new customers in Germany together with benefit number 2. Simultaneous sales increasement, more money, yeah, with, and now your benefit number 3. Or you give a compliment to the customer. Your high price quality products, interesting for you and your company. So this question is designed that you address the triggers and that you give a compliment. And you ask for something to what the German decision maker cannot say no. No, I do not want to earn more money and it's not interesting for me. Yeah? No one will say that. So you collect the second yes, the second yes. Step number 3, thank you. To give you, and now you add your appreciation, number 1, yeah, your tailor-made, custom-made information. So again, thank you. To give you your tailor-made, custom-made information, which can be perfectly adapted to your company organization. How you can achieve this? I have only 2 or 3 questions. Is that okay for you? So you add here your appreciation number 1 and 2 and your outlook to the future. The outlook to the future is very important because this is the transformation the customer will do with your product. Yeah? When I buy some water, then I know I use it when I'm thirsty. So I avoid a strong voice, on I stop being thirsty. So this transformation is very important because now he thinks about your product for the first time. Customer says yes. Now you promised to raise some questions, yeah? And here I give you some possible questions which you could raise. When you think about a product X, now you enter your product, what is most important to you? And now you listen to him. You do not make the same mistake than Peter does when talking to Lisa. Hey, I'm loving steaks, although she's vegetarian. That means you ask for the reason why or what is important for the customer. You do not tell him what is important to the customer, you ask for it. Number 2. Okay, I understand. I assume you already have a supplier, yeah? Just an objection for sure. He will say, we have already a supplier. What do you say then, yeah? Yeah, okay, then I go home. Yeah? If I would have said that to my wife, I wouldn't have married her. Yeah? When a new supplier would come up with an ideal solution, exactly for your demand, how should this product look like? And now the customer starts talking about his ideal transformation. This is what he really, really, really wants. And if you can fulfill that, you also have fulfilled that you want to get in contact with him honestly. Question number 3. Okay, I understand, Mr. Customer. Whenever a product is new, then there are always 2 parties. The one say, okay, another new thing, different thing, nobody needs that. And the second is, great, it can open up new markets, reach your customer groups with this and save cost. Dear customer, may I ask you, what do you think, to which group do you belong? And I bet he will say, okay, new markets, new saving cost, whatever. So these are possible. Sorry, I have one question more for you, just a bonus. You can also say, okay, I understand. Many of our customers say that they use our product X to get benefit number 1. Would this also be a reason which what is also reasons which are important to you. So just to give you an example, many of our customers say that they use our coaching product to get more customers in Germany. Would this getting more customers in Germany also be a reason which are important to you? I know we do not want to have customers in Germany. I don't think so, because you are here in the webinar and you want to know how to get customers. And after that, you do your presentation of your product and services. Exactly this. And now you mention what the customers said to you before is given at our services or product. But for sure, ladies and gentlemen, it must be true, because you need to prove it. And therefore, you need to do the analyze in advance at the beginning. What is the real customer's demand and customer's problem? Don't lie here. This will be the business killer. No? Exactly this is given at our services or product. We can say this because now and you give some testimonials, facts and figures and all the things the German like. Yeah? They like tons of paper. Yeah? Nobody reads that, but if you have it, that seems that you must be have very high knowledge of something, yeah? Because no one will write these tons of paper if we had no knowledge. What about a personal meeting at 14th of March? I think that's today. Wow. The 14th of March at 4 p.m. by Zoom to show you how it works and that our product satisfies your demand. Is that what you want? Yes. And now you are in. What you learned today. Skepticism. I showed you how to avoid and overcome skepticism. I showed you how to earn trust. I showed you, okay, German thing, one more company. This is already obsolete if you fulfill, if you avoid skepticism and if you earn trust. Number 4, I showed you we have already a supplier. What you can say to to handle this objection. Number 5, your approach is not powerful enough. I told you also what you can do, that you have a strong, powerful approach. And on bonus, please consider a German language website. And number 6, 3-second rule, you can make the test very easily. German language website, that is also mentioned. And I told you how to get the good feeling to the German decision maker, because he wants to avoid to make a wrong decision. Very short, 5-step blueprint for finding business and partners. Be different. That means be the black pencil, be the, the red apple, be the golden egg. Be visible, clear and relevant. The number 1 in the head of the customer. Clear positioning, sharp knife positioning. No vendor stray. Yeah? One product, one target group. If you have more products, different target group, different product. You show precise and focused positioning with an expert status. Think about Apollo 11. You will never forget the Michael Collins, astronaut number 3 in the orbit. Describe the prospect's problem in his words on a German language website. That is a masterclass, but definitely use the words and use the problem. Show that you are an expert and have a solution for exactly, and now this is not a type 2, this or his problem. You need to prove that you have a solution, and then there will be no question of trust. I have a lot of questions to enter into the German market, which can, very inspiring to you. So if you like, I will send you this list too, and contact me at bn@birganispel.de. I think that was the last slide. Jessica.
Yes,
I hope I'm in time, but I'm so energized. I have so much fun here in front of the camera. So I hope I could get our participants a good overview about these
Birger,
things.
thank you very much. I found it very inspiring, and this was mind-blowing for me as well.
Perfect.
And I hope you enjoy and got some useful insights. And I don't think there were some questions in the Q&A chat. Some of them asked if you can share the presentation with them.
Yeah,
Is
for
it
sure.
possible?
Yeah.
Perfect.
The question is, how can I do it? I think the easiest way.
We are going through the Zoom list, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Okay.
Organization.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have my email address. Just drop me an email and I will send you everything.
Wonderful. There are already some feedbacks. Thank you.
Perfect.
So maybe one little questions. We have still 5 minutes to go. Normally, I would think that every product need to be unique to be successful. But you have shown us a different perspective that products need to be unique for the customer, right? And so I think you are speaking from your own experience. Can you tell us maybe a little bit more
Yes.
about your experience?
Yeah, I think I know what you're focusing on, but it's it's important. It's important for the audience to understand. The question is, who is your customer, and who is the product made for? Just to give you a short example, our devices, our medical devices, are made for the patient, but the patient does not buy it.
Right.
There's a dealer in between who is buying it, because the dealer in Germany it's called Sanitätshaus or medical treatment organization. They buy it and they get a refund from the health insurance. So they pay the money for the device, not the patient. If you design a device for a patient, but the patient is not the customer, then you address the wrong target group. You need to ask at first your customer, how shall I design the device? And they will tell you maybe something different than what is important to the patient. So please always, that's a very good hint, thank you very much, Jessica. Please always ask who is paying for. And who is paying for, that is the customer. For sure, every device needs to help the patient. This is standard, this is expected. But the patient is not paying for, the medical dealer is paying for. And you need to ask him about his problems and demands and wishes.
All right, thank you for your answer. I see there are some questions. Someone asked, how can we start a small in German market to test our idea? I see, like a pre-test before starting to enter really in the German market.
Yeah, that's it's a little bit difficult to give a precise answer because I do not know about the product, I do not know about the company, what is behind that. If you are testing something in Germany, you need to go live. Yeah, that means you need to fulfill the rules. You need to. You cannot, for instance, a medical device. You cannot bring up a medical device in the hope that it works, but it does not. If it does not work, but kills a patient, then you cannot say, "Oh, sorry, I only want to test." Yeah. So this is not possible. So you need to when you want to test something, I would recommend always when you start in Germany, and your wallet is small, then I would always try to start with a distributor or dealer. So my recommendation is localize possible dealers or partners and ask them. Yeah? Ask them. Maybe you write an NDA yeah, or something like this, but you ask them about their opinion. Protect your intellectual rights, for sure, that nobody can copy it if you have a good idea, but ask them. Yeah? And if you want to go in details, then please contact me, because I cannot give I only can give a general answer here, because I do not know what is exactly behind it. Okay?
Perfect.
If we follow the steps,
yes.
What is the average time to win first BRB? It depends. It depends. If you would have designed a COVID medicine 2 years ago, you would be customers within 24 hours. Yeah? If your product is new to the market, but it's a replacement product, so that the general product is already existing, but you have an improvement, then it goes very, very fast. If you have something totally new and the customers have a blind spot because they do not know that they have a problem, but you have a solution, then you need to missionize. You need to explain that they have a problem, that that they could have a better life if they would not use your product. Yeah, so that the time span could be very long. It depends on the necessity, and it depends on the size of the problem which you solve. The bigger the problem, the shorter the time you can be successful with that.
All right, okay. So we have another question, but we had it before already, I think. How we can start small in German market to test our idea, considering the competitive environment.
Yeah. As I said in the beginning, I love competition, because then it's a challenge. And I want to strive for 110%, 112%, not for 80%. So I'm a German, so I'm also trying to get this perfectionism. I know I will never reach it, but it's a challenge for me. How to be different, how to find the extra thing, and something like this.
All right, and this is the last question. Does the German market accept e-commerce platform sell Egyptian home and kitchen eco items?
I do not know exactly what is meant by kitchen eco items, but home items, I think it goes into the direction of home used things. Yeah? An e-commerce platform does not solve the problem of the customer, because e-commerce means only buying, buying transaction. Now the things need to go to the customer, to the German customer. And what the German customer will be very critical. Okay, when the dealer is, or when the manufacturer is located in Egypt, what about complaints? What about support? Something like this. I will tell you a little bit secret. It makes no sense. I'm sorry again. It makes no difference if it is a German product or the product is sold from a German company, but not made in Germany. Germans trust the Germans most. If you can find a local distributor and convince him about your products, and this distributor can manage the service and can manage the support, then my answer is definitely yes. Why not? There's no reason why the German market would not accept Egyptian items.
All right. Okay, there's another question.
Okay.
How to approach German customers?
Okay.
Find employees on LinkedIn, contact them on the website. Any ideas?
A lot of ideas. How to approach German customers, I gave you an example. Yeah? In the end of my presentation, you can follow these steps and try them out. Yeah? But you need to train them. Yeah, it's not oh, what shall I say now and read. Yeah, so you need to be fluid, that you are really convincing. LinkedIn is a very good platform, very well accepted in Germany. Also, there's an older platform that's called Xing, but Xing is not so currently active at the moment. So the best thing is to use LinkedIn for them. Yeah? Contact them on website. I do not know exactly what do you mean that by the website of the company. I think that is if you mean this, I would say be a little bit careful, because every traffic on the website is tracked, and when you want to hire someone and he has a boss and the boss gets in contact with the employee, then it's not a good data policy. So the better is you send private private messages by LinkedIn, for instance.
Perfect. All right. Sorry,
Okay.
Birgit, there's
welcome.
still another question.
I take the time only for you. So this development process is too long. It depends. I think German is a little slowly moving. Is that correct?
Correct? Oh.
If I have the chance to say only yes or no, I would say no, it's not correct. Because it depends always on your product and the value you give and the problem which this product solves. If the product is solving a very hard and very high problem of human beings, then the business cycle is very short. Germans are moving slowly? No, I think not. I think Germans are very fast in the decision because they want to save time. They want to come to the point. Yeah? If you have the experience, made the experience that it is slow, then there must be something different. But if you have made this experience, then please ask the German, hey, why do you don't respond? Is something wrong? Is there missing any information, whatever? Yeah. So Germans use the right that they ask directly questions. That means also that they accept it when they receive a question, yeah, which is direct. No? You help them to save time. That's one of my sales wording. Yeah. I know you are limited in time. You don't have time, so I come directly to the point. Is that okay? No, it's not okay. Please tell stories. I have time. Nobody would say that. Just kidding. Okay.
All right. Okay. Another last question. As a German, when you think about Egyptian products, what comes to your mind first about Egyptian products?
As a German, when you think about Egyptian products, what comes to your mind first? When I think about Egyptians, I have never been there, and I've never been in Egypt. I want to go there, but I have never been there. But what I know is a lot of sand. Yeah? That's a lot of sand, a lot of culture, very old tradition, very innovative techniques from the pyramids a long time ago, but they were the first with mechanisms, something like this. But the background of your question is very, very good, because storytelling, I didn't tell you something about storytelling, but storytelling is very important. Let me give you a very short answer, because I showed you the website of the drill, yeah? Of the 30 degrees drill, yeah? Coming from Japan. And we also think about the same question. What do people think when they think about Japan? And they think about swords, they think about sharpness, they think about perfect metal treatment, yeah, and this is the story behind this drill. Yeah? So it's absolutely correct that you design a story about this. But it's a very good question, very interesting question. So yeah, please go on in that way of thinking to create what makes the Egypt products worthwhile.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much, Birger.
You're welcome.
I think we had all questions done. Yeah, perfect. And yeah, I found it very inspiring. And thank you very much for your time.
Welcome.
I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, if you want to contact Birger afterwards, there's the email address. And yeah, thank you very much. All right.
Thank you. Good time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.